What's up YouTube, Silver Dragons here, and in this video I want to talk about why 2021 is an awesome year to be investing in silver. So let's do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, so we are going to be talking about 2021 specifically and why it's such a great year for buying silver, but also I just want to talk about why buying silver in general is a good idea. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just another dude here on YouTube, so take this for what it is. You know, I can't predict the future, but we are going to look at some different things that might point to higher silver prices down the road. So the first thing I want to bring up is that I prefer to invest in silver by actually just buying physical silver. This is the safest way to do it. I've been buying physical silver for several years now, and it's awesome. It's super fun. It's really addicting, actually. Once you buy the silver, you kind of don't want to let it go. And it's an awesome savings account. So the thing with silver is that you can liquidate it if you want to, but you have to go down to like a coin shop and sell it, or sell it online or something like that. And so a lot of times, if you are actually wanting to use your savings account, right, to buy something, and you have silver as your savings account, you just won't do it, right? You'll keep the silver. But if you have a savings account, for example, in a bank, you could just push a button on your phone, move it over to your checking account, and boom, it's gone. So silver is an awesome savings account. It's actually how I learned to save money. I wasn't really able to save money before I started buying physical silver, but it's been an awesome journey. So in regard to investing in silver, buying silver, it's typically a good idea to buy it because silver is a great hedge against inflation. So if the US dollar gets weaker, then we will see silver and gold prices likely go up as a result. Now, not only is silver a great hedge against inflation, but also it protects you in the event of a collapse of a currency, right? So if the US dollar were to collapse, well, you would have transferred your wealth out of that system and into real money, so you'd be protected in that instance as well. All right, now let's talk about 2021 specifically. Now, in 2021, there is a lot of things that could point to higher silver prices, which is why you'd want to be buying silver, of course. But there are also some things that point to higher silver prices beyond 2021, so it might be a really good year for accumulating more silver. I definitely plan on buying more myself. Now, if you want to make predictions moving into the future, one thing you can do is look at what has happened in the past and sort of, you know, say, okay, is that going to happen again? Maybe. And so that's sort of a guide we can use. Now, the last time silver hit its all-time high was on April 27th, 2011. It hit a high of $48.28. Now, just about 2.5 years prior to that, it was only $9 an ounce for silver, right? That was during the Great Recession. So on November 20th, 2008, it was $9. So that is an incredible run up from 9 to 48. It's actually about 5.36x gain. So quite insane when you think about it, but it did take place over about 2.5 years. It was actually 2 years, 5 months, and 7 days, but who's counting, right? Now, back on March 16th of 2020, silver hit a low of $12.27 for the spot price. Now, I don't think it's going to do exactly what it did the last time, but if it were to copy it, then over the course of 870 days for a 5.36x gain, that would be $65.76 an ounce, and it wouldn't happen until August 23rd of 2022. So if that is the case, then yeah, 2021 is going to be a great year for buying silver, and then, you know, we might have higher prices down the road. Now, obviously, things are different this time around. In 2020, the government printed nearly 25% of the entire currency supply in 1 year. How crazy is that to try and wrap your brain around? So with all the stimulus packages, you know, there's a stimulus check, things like that, the government is just gone crazy. and they're just printing the dollar into, well, into destruction, really. And so one thing that I sort of thought about was, okay, what if the economy doesn't reopen in 2021? What if things stay locked down for the most part? You know, are we going to slip deeper into a recession, maybe even into a depression? You know, what's that going to look like? And then I talked to my friend Lior Gantz, who is actually the founder of Wealth Research Group, and he said, well, if the economy opens back up, that could be really good for silver. Now, I'll be honest, I had not even considered this, so let's go ahead and take a look at my conversation with him.
If we have a reopening in 2021, reopening the economy will increase velocity of money, will accelerate dollar weakness, will accelerate deglobalization, and that will be really good, especially for silver, because it's a much more direct hedge for inflation. Gold and the dollar, they trade together sometimes for years. So it's not true that gold has an inverse correlation with the dollar. It has it trades inversely more than it trades directly with them, and the dollar continues to be weak. I think you will see silver very strong in 2021.
Now, I totally agree with Lior there, and we actually talked about a bunch of other things, but for the sake of keeping this video short, I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to check out his website, I will put a link down below in the description. Now, talking about dollar weakness, this is one of the reasons that people do put their money into silver. As he explained, it sort of has an inverse correlation. So if the dollar gets weaker and weaker and weaker, then we can expect the price of silver to go up higher and higher and higher. Another reason people put money into silver is because it is a safe haven. So if the stock market were to have another crash or something like that, silver prices might fluctuate at first, but typically they'll be steady or go up after that, which we've seen in the past time and time again. So I think that in the long run, silver is an awesome place to be storing your wealth, to be investing in. But if we have these spikes in the spot price, like we saw back in August, it went up to $29 an ounce, you could even take some profits off the table if you like. Now, I personally think that the US dollar is going into a bear market, and these usually last about 7 to 8 years. So we might not just have higher prices for silver in 2021 or maybe 2022, but really throughout the 20s and maybe even beyond that. I mean, eventually the US dollar will be doomed. I don't know if that's going to happen in my lifetime. I have no idea. I mean, that's a really hard one to predict, and it would be scary times if I'm being honest, but you do need to prepare for anything. And if you have all your eggs in one basket, right? If you have your 401k for your retirement, maybe you have some cash savings, and you don't have any precious metals, I urge you to diversify somewhat into precious metals. You don't need to put all your money into them, but you should have some money into them because precious metals are money. They've been used as money for thousands and thousands of years, and if anything happens, it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you're curious what I'm going to be doing in 2021 as far as buying silver, I will put a link to my silver stacking strategy up in the corner, as well as a link down below in the description of the video. And I'm curious what your thoughts are. If the economy stays basically shut down, do you think this is going to be good for silver? I mean, I think it will, because there'll be lots of stimulus, and throughout all of the stimulus that we've seen so far, we've seen silver going up. But also, if the economy opens back up in 2021, and obviously at some point we'll just know if it does or not, do you think that will be good for silver as well? As Lior pointed out, because of all of the money that is being turned around, this could accelerate dollar weakness. So feel free to leave a comment down below in the comments section. I try and read them all and reply to them. And lastly, I want to say a massive thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you all in the next one. Silver Dragons out.